if you found awakening as an experience, the chances are that you still wouldn't be satisfied with it. And of course, saying that begs the question of what awakening and the experience of awakening is in the first place. We often assume that awakening must be some kind of mystical experience or state that somehow causes a complete shift in our experience. Now, maybe all of a sudden, what I am experiencing is totally changed. Maybe everything has this kind of glow to it, this new lightness to it. Maybe there is a feeling of contraction that was dissolved as a result of this experience. But however we describe it or however we imagine it to be, it's still just an experience, right? And what can we say about any experience? All experience comes and goes. Just take an honest look at your experience right now. This constellation of sights, feelings, and sounds never stands still. There's this constant flow. If you had this incredible mystical experience of awakening, it would still be a feeling that comes and goes. And no matter how amazing, how mind-blowing this experience is, you would then look for something else. Because obviously, if it's not here anymore, how can it sustain you? Now, you might also assume that as a result of an awakening, you essentially change. You will become something different than what you are. Maybe right now you are this contracted, suffering, and trapped being. But then, after you have this grand awakening, all of a sudden you are boundless and free and dimensionless and just totally at peace. But again, that is just a false dream. It is not possible for a seemingly separate and limited entity to become something that is infinite, and to then assume that this separate entity can then appreciate the fact of its newfound infinity is just a completely false assumption in my view. But the great news is, of course, that awakening is already here. You already are fully enlightened in this moment. And I'm not talking about you, the body-mind. I'm talking about you, the presence, this awake openness, which is taking the form of this experience right now. Could this awake presence be any more free right now? Could this awake presence, which is taking the form of this experience, be any more unbounded and open? Could it be any more lit up, enlightened, so to say? Of course it couldn't be. This is already the case. And exactly this experience you're having right now of watching this video, of hearing my voice, this seemingly so mundane experience is already the totality of awakening. This is it, and nothing in your experience needs to change. Everything you experience is this dimensionless presence. It seems to take the shape and the form of a world. But allow yourself to relax right now. Release this grasp you have on this seeming world. Simply relax back into this openness, this alive presence which is already here. You might assume that you are watching this video right now. You are hearing this voice, and you are not this presence. But check if that's actually true. Take in the entirety of what you're experiencing. Take the experience of seeing, for example. What is seeing this right now? Is there some kind of eye there that is observing the visual field? Isn't it rather the case that there is this completely open, awake presence where you think your eye is? And this presence is appearing as exactly this. Now, if you try to get to the essence of this, what this presence is, you won't find it. It's unfindable, but nevertheless totally obvious. And this is the amazing thing about it. Because it's unfindable, because it can't be grasped, and because it doesn't come and go, it is the only real peace, the only real satisfaction. Not because it's so amazing and it blows your mind with the mysticalness of its aura. No. Its freedom is the fact that it is totally ungraspable. This presence, which is taking the form of this experience, can never be objectified. If you could somehow grasp this presence, then it would become an object. But it is not an object. It is invisible, but nevertheless totally awake and alive and flowing. Because of this very nature, because you can't put any limit to it, it is, in the sense, the only thing that could ever satisfy. And it doesn't satisfy the desires of the mind, but it is satisfaction in its very nature, because it's already free. And since you are it, you are free, and you are already satisfied. So there's really nothing to do but to open up to it. Relax into what's already so, and just enjoy it.